In the My Little Pony franchise, there is a character named Princess Celestia. Her job in this universe is to raise and lower the sun while protecting and ruling over the land of Equestria. She acts as the protagonist's, Twilight Sparkle's, mentor. Many bronies have demonstrated a similar complaint about Celestia, that being she doesn't get much development as a character. Sure, she's on screen from time to time, but rarely does the story reveal interesting things about her. This, however, is a complaint I never really share with the community because I believe Celestia's role in the story is that of a paragon, or a character that's supposed to represent perfection in a specific area. Essentially, it's a Mary Sue done right. The best example I can think of off the top of my head is Mufasa from The Lion King, who is meant to be a paragon of a king. By representing what it means to be a perfect ruler, Mufasa makes Simba's journey all the more relatable, seeing that Simba had to live up to his father's paw prints. Viewing Mufasa as perfect gave the audience empathy towards Simba, because becoming perfect is a task many view as impossible, which is how Simba felt when it came to becoming king. And this is where the confusion lied for me with Celestia. I think our princess here follows a similar role as Mufasa, being a representation of what the protagonist is meant to strive for. Celestia being viewed as perfect makes Twilight's perspective all the more relatable, because her goal in life is to be exactly like Celestia. As the show progressed, Twilight came closer and closer to doing just that, from defeating ancient evils, to becoming an alicorn, to having a kingdom. And when the ponies of Equestria began to see Twilight the same way Twilight saw Celestia, it spoke volumes to me. There are moments from just having the title of princess invokes excitement from those around her, even her own friends and family members. Because we as the audience know that Twilight isn't perfect despite the members of the show treating her that way, the connections are there for us to make that Celestia in turn is also not perfect. We also have Luna there to balance out any perceptions that princesses are incapable of making mistakes, as Luna made the biggest mistake in MLP history, but is still loved and respected by the subjects of Equestria just as much as the other princesses. In my opinion, this is a great way to subtly represent the humanity in all characters, including those we put on a pedestal. And going into detail about a paragon only weakens the subtlety of it all. However, in Season 7, fans got exactly what they wanted, as various episodes fleshed out Celestia's character, from seeing how she viewed Twilight to her relationship with her sister. And while these moments did do exactly what I said they would, weaken the subtlety, I don't think they necessarily hurt Celestia's role. In fact, they may have actually strengthened it. There's an argument to be made that as Twilight becomes more like Celestia, then Celestia should become more like Twilight. Twilight is getting closer and closer to being a peer to Celestia instead of a student. So she should begin to see things from Celestia's perspective. If Celestia does not view herself as perfect, and Twilight is reaching the same perspective as her, then Twilight should also not view Celestia as perfect. And since we, as the audience, are meant to relate to Twilight, it's only natural for us that we lose that perspective as well. So when we see that Celestia actually didn't have Twilight's entire future planned out, but instead was just a hovering teacher who over-worried about her pupil's future, just like Twilight, it demonstrates a growth in Twilight more so than it would simply keeping Celestia as the perfect level she was constantly at. So consider my mind changed. I do think that character development can be a really good thing for a paragon. At least it was in Celestia's case. But what do you guys think? Do you think Celestia needs development, or was she fine as being viewed as perfect? Do you think paragons in general need development? Post in the comments to let me know. I'll see you guys later.